Larry Frank, frankly, speaking baseball. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you're a baseball fan, you got to be real happy with the way the NL playoff picture is starting to form. So, baby, is it close or what? First of all, let's talk about the wild card. You got the San Francisco Giants. That's right, the Giants are one of the teams right now that would make the playoffs. Number two would be the Reds. Oh, baby, from the NL Central, which we'll talk about in a few moments. And then you got also the Philadelphia Phillies. Those teams would probably make the wild card if it was today where the season ended. Meanwhile, you have the Cubs tied with the Reds for that last wild card spot. Then you got Miami a half game out, Arizona 1.5 games back, and San Diego fans, didn't I tell you, baby, your team would come back in the second half, and they are coming back full force ahead. They're only 2.5 games back of the wild card. But the story, folks, and I will emphasize this as strongly as I could, has to be how about the Chicago Cubs? That's right, the Chicago Cubs. The team that everybody is used to losing is now winning. They have won 15 of their last 19 games. They just took 2 of 3 from the probably the best team in all of baseball, the Atlanta Braves. It was only in July, excuse me, this team was 8.5 games back. That's right, 8.5 games back. They are now only 1.5 games back in the NL Central. And like I said, they are tied for the wild card spot. Meanwhile, the Reds are losing. They lost 6 in a row. They are 3-7 in the last 10 games. The Brewers, just like I said, they lost 2 of 3 this week. They are struggling. They're only 3-7 in their last 10 games. Meanwhile, you look at these Cubs led by starting pitching Justin Steele, who's 13-3. Marcus Stroman, who is 10-8. He is on the IL right now, but they also got veterans behind him that know how to win. Jameson Talon is 6-6. Drew Smiley is 8-7. Then you add in, relief pitching of Mark Leiter Jr., who has one of the best whips in all of Major League Baseball at .94, 2.94 ERA. And then you got Albert Azole, who has 14 saves to close on this team. But this offense is also good. Starts behind the plate with Yan Gomez batting 273. Then you look at this infield. They just acquired, I should say, Jameer Candelario. He's batting 275, 17 homers, 56 RBIs on the season. He's already making a name for himself. Hit a homer already since the trade deadline. And you look around that infield to go with him. You got Nico Horner, 272, 58 RBIs. How about Dansby Swanson, the former Atlanta Brave, doing his job, 264, 17 homers, 55 RBIs. And let's not forget second baseman Christopher Morel, 274, 17 homers, and 54 RBIs. In the outfield, they got Mike Tauchman batting 280. How about Cody Bellinger? He moves to the outfield now. 326, 16 homers, and Ian Happ, 13 homers, 53 RBIs. This is a serious team, folks. This ain't just some fly by night team who's making a run. These are veterans on this team that know how to play baseball and know how to play it hard. Who do you think will win the NL Central? Will it be the Brewers? Will it be the Reds? Or could it be the Chicago Cubbies? Bill Murray, I know he's got to be going crazy there in Chicago. Love to get your thoughts. Love to get your opinions. Leave comments in the comment section, or you can go to franklyspeakingsports@gmail.com. I'm Larry Frank.